What is up, guys? This is Nikolai, also known as ItzNickers, and welcome to another Minecraft tutorial. In this tutorial we are going to do some landscaping, and the reason why I'm doing this video is because I felt really bad since I uploaded my last tutorial, which is on how to build a floating island, and I feel really bad that the landscaping in that video were really bad, so I just want to apologize for that. So here is like a video on that is gonna heal that mistake there. So this is basically gonna be a landscaping tutorial, pretty much how I do my landscaping, and this is pretty much, it's pretty easy once you've just followed the tutorial. So I think this is it for the first part of this, so let's just jump straight into this tutorial. So the first thing I do when I'm about to do landscaping is I start by changing the ground to two different types of grass or whatever texture you want. So for this build I think I'm gonna go with the very basic one I use, which is gonna be the pause soul whatever grass. This grass I'm holding in my hand right now, I'm gonna change it to that. So how do we do this? What we're going to do is we're gonna put our first position up here above the island. So type POS, then 1, then as you can see right there, it put down our first position. So now we go down here on the other side of the island, and now we are going to put down our second position. So go POS again and then hit 2 like that. So now we have done that. So what we are going to do is we're going to type in / replace, and then we're going to do 2 with space and then 2 again, and then comma, and make sure you do this 3 comma 2. So what this is going to do is it's going to change half of the grass to this other grass I'm holding in my hand, but we don't actually want to, we want another 2. So put in comma again and 2 and hit enter, and as you can see right here, it changed about like a half of the grass to this other grass here, and I think this looks really good. It really does something to your world that makes it look really good. So the next thing we are going to do is we're going to go in and grab 2 types of grass. I like using these two, the fern and the normal grass, and what we are basically just gonna do is just go random around here, just a little bit of random, a little bit of both on everything. So basically just place a little bit around, not too much. The reason why I'm not using bone meal for this is because I think the bone meal makes it places down too much grass, and I really don't want too much grass because it's gonna look really ugly. So that's why I'm doing it by hand. Of course you could use world edit to this, but it's gonna take too long, so I'm just gonna do it by hand. Let me just do this very quickly so we can get on to the next step. So let me just do this very quickly there, and a little bit more fern around, just so it's not all the same. So let's just say that looks pretty good for now. We can always add a little bit more in the end. The next thing I normally do when I do landscaping is I create a little waterfall or a little lake in my world. So right now I'm going to create a little waterfall. It's not really going to be a waterfall, but you can call it a waterfall. It's just going to be a little hill where you can the water's going to run down, and it's going to run over the edge and away from the floating island. So what we're going to do is we're going to do / brush CYL 2, then do space, no, do comma 3.2, no, space, and then 2, and then hit enter. And what we're going to do now is just create a little hill basically on top of here. So just do this a few times like that, and then put a block in the middle, do it again like this, just delete a little bit around like that, maybe something like that. So let's just do this a little bit more here, a little bit around there. So let's just say this is a pretty basic hill here. Let's just do a little bit more, I think. Now maybe some little bit more custom. So like this, going around like that. Maybe a little bit more for peak. So maybe like this, like this, like this, like that, like that. Like that. Let's just say this is pretty good. So maybe just a few more, just to make it 100% perfect, guys, because I don't want to make the same mistake as I did in the other video. So I want to make sure that this one is going to be the beast. This is going to be one of the best landscaping tutorials you have ever seen. So like that. So what I'm done now is I want the water to come from up here and it's going to run down like that. And as you can see here, I don't really want that, so I'm just going to place a grass right there. Now just fix out the water so it's running down in a single file, pretty much, if you can say it like that. And now what we're going to do is we're going to do slash and then brush, and instead of doing 2, we're just going to do 0, which is basically going to place down 0. So we're just going to create a little lake up here, just a little one like that. And now what we're going to do is just place water around just a little bit. It doesn't have to be 100% fixed, because we are going to use World Edit to do that. So just a little bit around here. Let's see. Oh, can we fix it 100% without using World Edit? I think we can. Maybe a little bit more over here. Oh yes, we did it. Wow, okay. Normally you have to use the fix water command, which is pretty easy. It just fixes the water basically. But we didn't have to do it right now, so that is pretty good. I'm just fixing this. So let's just say that looks pretty good. So as you can see right here, we have this little lake here. So what I like to do now is I go and grab 2 types of stone. I use normal stone and then cobblestone. And what we're basically going to do is just replace some of this grass on this hill with some different types of stone. It's again just to make it a little bit more, just to give it a little bit more texture, just to give it a little bit more color, again, whatever you want to say. Oops, I accidentally deleted the water. So let's just place it back in. Now place these around a little bit more, just a few, just not on the hill. You can also do it a little bit on the ground, but not too much, like that. It's all about the little things, guys, all about the little things. That's gonna make a lot of difference. So like that, maybe change this to a grass block if I can without breaking anything. Oh no, like that. Let's just say that looks good. Do that, so like that, and then just delete these. So that looks pretty good for now. And what I like to do now is I like to place just a few cobwebs, just a little bit, just maybe 3. That looks pretty good. Not too many, because it's gonna look really weird. So not too many, just a little. And then what I'm quickly gonna do is I'm gonna do time I think it's only 1 slash time set 1000. Just to make a day, so you got, I spelled it wrong. Time set 1000, just like that, so you guys can see. So there we go. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna put down a fence and then a torch on top, just to give it a little bit lighting. I like to do this kind of lighting just because I think it looks pretty good. So it's like a little lamp or a street lamp or whatever you want to call it. So that looks pretty good. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab another tool. I'm just going to grab a iron hoe right here and then do / tree big. And of course you know what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to make a big tree. So go tree big. And there we go. So now if I left click, it's going to create a pretty good tree. And as you can see, it created a really bad tree. But just delete this a few times and just left click, keep on left clicking, and then look at a tree. So that looks pretty good, I think. So I'm just gonna keep that. I'm just gonna place another one over here. So just like that. So that looks amazing. So what we're gonna do now is just start adding in some flowers. So I think I'm gonna add these. What is this called? A rose bush. I'm just gonna add a little bit of rose bush because I really like the color of this. So just a little bit. It's just because it's really bright red. I know you can use the old poppy or whatever they are called, but just to spice it up, I'm just gonna use those ones because it's different. So just place in some mushrooms, just a little bit. You can do whatever you want, man. I'm just going up just anything I want. Maybe a Steve head, just to add a little bit like that. Let's just see anything more we can add. Let's see. We can of course add some leaves. Is this leaves? Leaves up here, like that. So let's just go in and grab our glowstone right there, and then go in and just place some leaves around, just like this, like that. A little bit more over here maybe. Make sure you don't place it like right here, so you don't place a glowstone right there, because this, you can see the glowstone right there. Of course you can go like that, but it's gonna look a little bit weird, so just make sure you don't do that, because it's gonna look really weird. So just make it into a corner if you want, so you can't see the glowstone underneath, and you can place a bush there. It's perfectly fine. So let me just do this a few times around here, just a little bit, so maybe 2 next to each other, just to make it a little bit different. Like that, maybe some over here, like that, maybe 1 over there. So I think this looks pretty good for this little spot right here. So I'm thinking, what can we do next? We can add a little bit more, let's just go ahead and go brush. Let's just grab our brush command again, so right here, and then do brush, which is going to be 2, then 2.3, which is the other type of grass, and then comma if I can find it, and then 1, and then I think maybe 4, like that. So let's just see. Yep, that's perfect. Just go ahead and add a little bit of different texture again. Oh, a little bit over the edge, so I'm just gonna delete this very quickly, like that. That looks amazing. So slash undo. If you make a mistake, just do slash undo and it's gonna undo the mistake. So that is pretty amazing. Just go ahead. I think some of the grass is gonna get deleted, but that's okay, we'll just place it back in. Just a little bit around here, just again to give it a little bit more texture. I thought it looked a little bit plain, so I just did that. So let's just place some of the grass back in, like this. Let's place it a little bit around anywhere you want, basically. And what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna make this go over the edge. So I'm just gonna take this little waterfall further. I'm gonna take it all the way over the edge right there, just like that. Then go in and grab my water, like that. Now do that. Fix this up. Just place some water around, just like that, like that. So now the water's gonna fall over the edge just like that, and it's gonna look absolutely amazing. So just quickly, if I can, okay, let's just cut this water off so it doesn't make those 2 things. So like that, cut it off, and it's gonna go like that. Oh no, come on man. Let's cut it off and wait a little bit more, just to make the water fall down a little bit further. So I think this is pretty good. Let's just cut it there. Are you kidding me? Are you absolutely kidding me? Okay, this is do something else and we'll come back to that. So what I'm thinking about doing right now is I'm gonna build a house on this island, and I'm gonna take one of the houses we did in the previous tutorial. I'm not quite sure which one I'm gonna do, but I'll put a link on the screen right now, so you guys can click on it and go and see that tutorial on that house if you haven't seen it. But so I'm just gonna make a really quick cut here and build the house, and I'll be right back with you guys. So there we go, I just finished doing the house. This house is the very first tutorial I did on YouTube ever. So this is my very first house, so that's why I added it, because it's one of my favorite videos, so I really like it. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to do kind of the same thing as we did with this, but we are going to do the whole around the whole thing. So let me just, oh, where's the glowstone? Oh, here's a glowstone. So let's just place this a little bit around, and now just place some leaves around. So I'm basically just gonna do that around pretty much the whole island, and I'm gonna do it a little bit down here and a little bit down over, and basically all the 4 like spikes down here. So I'm gonna do that, and I'll be right back with you guys. So there we go, guys. I just thought I would go ahead and finish this landscaping tutorial because it's pretty much the same over and over and over again. But landscaping is pretty fun and it's pretty important because this house wouldn't be anything without this whole island, and it wouldn't be anything without all the landscaping around it. So I'm just going to quickly go ahead and explain what I did. So we have this main waterfall or a water feature in the middle, and we have all these leaves placed all the way around and wrapped around the spikes down here. We also have some water falling down here. I can see there's a double water down here. That's a mistake. Sorry about that, guys. But and also I went ahead and planted some trees. I made these kind of like wood in the ground. This is supposed to be like rods or whatever, like it's like branches coming down from the tree or whatever. So that looks pretty good. And also the last thing, sorry about this house is not exactly the one I built in my first tutorial because I couldn't really remember what this house looks like. So I just improvised a little bit, and this is what I basically just came up with. So I think this is pretty much it for this landscaping tutorial. This is the very basic landscaping tutorial. I just did the very basic, but it still looks amazing. So do this with all your worlds you create or all your houses. I have this rule in my head that I say I do 60%. No, if I do 50% building. No, wait. How does it go? It goes 60% building. You have to do 40% landscaping. So you have to do a little bit more building than you have to do landscaping. But building is really important, but landscaping is also really important. So it's about half, it's about 50% as important. So guys, that is pretty much everything. So just remember to do landscaping. That's the main point of this video. Remember to do landscaping. I can't say it enough. So this is pretty much it. It's turning night now, and I think it's pretty much the time to wrap up this video. So I think this is it. Thank you guys for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more awesome content. This has been ItzNickers, and I'm out. I'll see you later, guys. Take care.